So this is a brand new series, maybe, if you guys like it. If you do, comment down below if you want me to continue. If you don't comment. But, I'm gonna be doing, like, SkyWars Commentary. Like, I don't know, nobody's ever done it before. There's definitely not a guy who's, like, the best PvPer in Minecraft, or who, like, has almost 3 million subscribers. Yeah, he's never done it. His name's not Technoblade. Yeah, I don't know who started it, but it's a genius idea. So, today, I'm gonna be telling a camp story. So, I'm just gonna give you a little backstory. So my bunk, like when you're at camp, whatever bunk you're in, you just think is always the good bunk, like because you're like, well, we're good, they're bad, and yeah, that's just your thinking. So, but we were also like the crazy bunk, like we never knew, we were just insane. But yeah, so we decided one time, I forget who first mentioned it. It could have even been a counselor in our bunk because we also had the best counselors. It was amazing. But it was someone in our bunk. I don't know. Let's just call them Steve because it's Minecraft game. I don't know. But yeah. So what we decided to do was we were gonna decide to build a bench in woodworking. If you don't know what woodworking is, it's basically working with wood. So no, woodworking is like when you're like it's how like you make a chair, except nowadays it's used machines. But like how they used to make chairs, like when you like have to saw the wood and stuff. Now we use like electric saws and stuff like that, and then you like nail them together or use the drill. But yeah, so that's not the point. So we made a bench, and we thought it was a pretty good bench. We're like, let's just, but it wasn't that big, so like we could like fit 3 people on it at once. So we're like, let's make a table to go with it, because it was pretty easy to make, and we assumed the table would be easy. And it was. We made a good bench. It was kind of small, and the table was also small. And it turned out to be like the perfect table for playing cards. We would play like poker, blackjack. We wouldn't gamble. I don't think, but no, we couldn't gamble because, like, they didn't let us bring. Actually, one time we did gamble candy. That was fun, but because you couldn't really bring money to camp because it's camp. But yeah. So that's not the point. The point is, it was the second to last day of camp, and we had like, because somebody came by to like check the bunks and make sure they're all clean for when by the time we leave. So we put the table outside because we knew we couldn't keep it in the bunk. So we put it outside for when they came in to inspect it. And so our bunk, it did good because the table wasn't in there. If the table was in, we would have gotten like a really bad bunk inspection rating thing. But, that doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that the bench and table were outside in the night, and that night it was starting to pour rain. Like pouring. And when we went in, the whole, like, bench, one of the legs on the bench had came off, and the table was just destroyed. We had to throw it out because the counselor found it, but we were able to sneak the bench away just in time. So we had this broken down bench and 2 days left in camp. What do you think we're gonna do? I'm just gonna let you now. Take your guesses. Pause the video. Write down in the comments. If you guess this, I know you're cheating because there's just no way. If you guess this, you're insane. So, what we did, you have 5 seconds to pause and write down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What we did, so in camp, there's 2 of the bunks that are like pretty big. Like they're big bunks. That's always where the older kids are. So they were like, I'd say they're around freshmen in high school. The people that go there, or they're 8th graders. I don't know. They were the size of definitely freshmen. They definitely look like high schoolers when this happened. But so what happened was we decided we're gonna go to their bunk, and like our bunk and their bunk was pretty friendly, like friendly enough. But so we decided because they had finished packing because they're older and they just do it fast. So they had to go help like the younger kids pack and finish up. But there was an odd number. So one of the kids in the older bunk got to stay behind and just like take a nap or whatever he was doing. I don't know, he was just in the bunk alone. And then we came by and we were knocking on the bunk, and he came out and was like, "What do you want?" And then we're like, "Can you help us throw this bench off of your building?" And he just gave us the weirdest look ever, and because he was probably like bored out of his mind because he was just alone in his bunk with like no friends there, he's just like, "Yes, please." So he helped us throw this like this bench that was like that had like nails sticking out of it off of their bunk. And it was really funny. So then the problem was we had to get it up because it was like 20 feet in the air and there were stairs going up there, so we had to like get it up the stairs. And so he helped us with that part a little bit. But then once we were there, we had to decide who was going to throw it off. So I thought everybody was going to volunteer. I'm like, it was their idea, kind of. I'm not going to volunteer first. But then nobody wanted to do it. So I'm like, okay, I want to do this. I mean, who doesn't want a good story to tell about throwing a bench off of, like, the mansion for, well, not a mansion, but a camp mansion. A camption. But, yeah. So, I wanted to do it, and then one other person ended up volunteering. We could only do 2 people, and the one, like, guy who's big. Just call him Big Guy for the sake of the story. But, because it was a small bench, we couldn't really fit that many people even holding it, let alone sitting on it. So yeah, it went pretty well, and I asked where should I throw it, because they all like backed up like everybody down below backed up like 10 yards away, so they could have gotten hit if like it hit something and then like bounced off, and it didn't. And it did, and now that's why I'm the only one left in the bunk. So, that's not exactly what happened, but what happened was we went up there, and there was just a big rock underneath it, but we'd have to, like, lift it over the side because it was, like, underneath where we were standing, so we, like, hung over the side and threw it underneath us and slammed it on the rock and made the loudest sound ever, and right as we did that, we saw somebody driving by, like, I'd say around 20 yards away, so that's 60 feet away, so that's pretty far, but you'd still be able to hear this in a golf cart, and somebody went by, because it was like, we were kind of near the hockey rink, and then we went by to, see who was at the hockey rink, and of course it was the leader of the camp, but somehow, he didn't hear us throw a bench, just made out of wood, off from 20 feet high, and slammed it onto a rock. So, yeah, it was so fun. And then, yeah, we had a great last couple days of camp. We had a super fun time. So, comment down below more, like, themes of stories you want me to do. I have another couple, like, themes I can do that I have stories for. But, like, just comment down below what themes you want me to do next. Comment down below if you enjoyed the video. And, yeah. Or, well, guess I still gotta keep talking for a little bit longer, so, let me think. What's a funny story? So, at the elementary school I went to, so right now I'm in middle school, but I moved to the town I'm in New Jersey, and I think it was in 4th grade, so I was there for 4th and 5th grade. They had this motto, and it was called, like, it was called CARES, it stands for something. I was there for, like, 2 years, and that was, like, the only thing they talked about. I still, to this day, don't know what CARE stands for. The only thing I know is... I don't know. I actually don't know any of them. Let me think. CARES. I know it stands for something. I think R was probably respect. I don't know. I mean... Yeah, but it was kind of sad. I was there for, like, a while, and I never found out what that meant. But, yeah, so, if you do like it, like the video, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 50 subscribers by the end of October. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and, hold on, let me mute myself. Peace.